People all over the world are fascinated by the idea of aliens. Some even dedicate their entire lives to proving to others that they do indeed exist. UFO sightings are reported all over the world, along with alien abductions. While some reports are fake, many have to be questioned. According to the National UFO Reporting Center, there were almost 6,000 reports in 2019 just in the US and Canada. This is twice the number of reports in 2018. This sudden increase in sightings is leading more and more people to believe in the existence of alien life. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 reasons that aliens could indeed exist. The zoo hypothesis. In 1973, John Ball, a radio astronomer, wrote a paper to address the lack of evidence of alien existence. In his paper, Ball made the suggestion that the problem isn't that aliens don't exist, but that they've all agreed to leave us be. Ball's theory suggests that we live in a metaphorical zoo, meaning aliens can watch and observe us, but we can't see them. There are a number of potential reasons for this. One of the most widely accepted reasons is that aliens believe that we have the right to pursue our own destiny and they don't want to influence us in any way. Others believe that they may see us as a flawed race and that they want to protect themselves. Ball's zoo hypothesis would also offer a solution to Fermi's paradox, named after Enrico Fermi. In 1958, Fermi asked a simple question: where is everybody? The universe is billions of years old, giving aliens more than enough time to make their presence known if they so wished. Fermi believed there should be evidence everywhere, so why can't we find any after all this time? In 2017, practitioners used a Norwegian antenna to transmit a message 12 light-years away, hoping to receive a response from aliens. In regards to Ball's zoo hypothesis, some researchers like to point out that if a zoo animal were able to communicate with us, we would pay attention and respond. If this is the case, then perhaps reaching out to aliens would cause them to respond. Up to this point, however, this has been unsuccessful. If Ball's zoo hypothesis is correct, then perhaps aliens have received this message, but have chosen not to respond for a specific reason. Physicist Stephen Hawking didn't believe it'd be wise to make ourselves known to other life forms out there. They could be more advanced and potentially dangerous. He suggested that civilizations like this may look for more primitive life forms to conquer. Some experts believe that aliens could have this same thought process about us, which is why they refuse to interact with us. Observing at a distance and learning more about our planet would be a more wise and therefore safe decision. The number of planets in the Milky Way. There are at least 17 billion planets in the Milky Way alone, but studies show there could be billions more than that. There are around 100 billion stars, and it's believed that each one may host an average of 1.6 planets. This would mean there could be 160 billion planets, if not more. A large number of these planets could be Earth-like, able to hold liquid water and be habitable for aliens. One way of finding out how many planets there are, though, is through the use of NASA's Kepler Space Telescope. The telescope was launched in 2009 to find other worlds. When a planet moves in front of a star, it causes a dip in the star's brightness. The telescope watched for these dips in brightness to identify potential planets. In the first 2 years, the telescope found more than 2,700 potential planets. Researchers have confirmed over 100 of those so far. They were even able to detect water vapor on one of the planets in September 2019. Based on the research, they estimate that around half of all the stars in the Milky Way have a planet the size of Earth or larger. They expect to find more planets further away from their host stars in the future. Physicist and Nobel Prize winner Didier Queloz is convinced that humans will discover aliens in the next 100 years. He believes that with all the stars and all the planets out there, it would be highly unlikely that there wasn't life somewhere other than Earth. In 2019, he stated, "The chemistry that led to life has to happen somewhere." Many experts agree that it isn't likely that the Earth is the only planet with intelligent life. UFO sightings and crashes. W. Mac Brazel, a rancher near Roswell, New Mexico, found wreckage in 1947. Because there had been so many other flying saucer sightings that same year, Brazel believed this wreckage had to be something similar. Major Jesse Marcel was sent to investigate the site and recover the wreckage. He announced in a press release that they'd recovered a flying disc, but the next day they said it was only a weather balloon. Later on, however, the Air Force claimed that neither of these stories were true, and there was actually a device used to spy on the Soviet Union. The National Enquirer decided to report on the story once again in 1978. Theories began circulating that the government had been covering up the truth all along, and that the wreckage truly was an alien spacecraft. One person claimed to have seen a blazing aircraft right before the crash, while others claimed they saw it break and scatter over large areas. There were also accounts of people witnessing alien bodies coming from the wreckage. One of the most famous accounts came from a mortician named Glenn Dennis. According to Dennis, a nurse at Roswell Army Airfield witnessed doctors examining 3 creatures that resembled humans but had long, thin arms and very large bald heads. Dennis reported that there were requests for child-sized caskets around the same time. Due to witness accounts like this and the fact that the government changed their story several times, the Roswell incident is still one of the most famous of the UFO incidents to date. A similar incident happened in the UK, in 1980 on a military base near the East Coast. 2 US Air Force members saw lights fall near Rendlesham Forest. When they went to investigate it, they found a large metallic object with lights. When police arrived, no lights were found, but there were markings near the apparent crash site. While investigating the site a few days later, other servicemen saw bright lights in the sky that stayed on for hours. Astronomers and other researchers claimed the lights were just bright stars, and that any markings found near the site were made by animals. Regardless, the original witnesses maintained their stories. On November 7, 2006, a dozen O'Hare International Airport employees, along with several other witnesses, reported a grey and metallic, saucer-shaped craft hovering over Gate C-17. They claimed it floated there for about 5 minutes, then flew upwards so fast it left a hole in the clouds. The story made international news. The Federal Aviation Administration refused to investigate this incident because the UFO didn't show up on any radar. Instead, they claimed it was simply a strange weather phenomenon. A recent UFO sighting in Brazil has sparked the interest of UFO enthusiasts everywhere. In May of 2020, thousands of people in Brazil saw strange lights in the sky. But what really interested people was the reaction on social media. Videos were posted on Twitter and Reddit of the red, yellow, and blue lights, including one video that shows the lights in a triangular formation. Before long, the topic was trending on Twitter. Soon, however, posts about this incident began to disappear from social media without explanation. Users accused Reddit and Twitter of censorship, but it wasn't confirmed. Allegations began spreading of the Brazilian military blocking off the supposed crash site and arresting anyone who tried to get close to the area. Brazil has been a hotspot for UFO incidents for many years. In 1977, locals reported seeing UFOs in the sky and strange injuries to their own bodies. Several people were killed by strange objects, and there were reports of thermal burns and radiation. In 1996, many people saw a strange creature heading to a new city. First spotted by 3 women, the creature was described as looking like the devil, with a large head, V-shaped feet, brown skin, and large red eyes. After the creature was gone, there was an ammonia-like smell in the area. 2 days later, the military retrieved another creature found lying in the road. Another was seen at a zoo. The military claimed the woman saw a mentally unstable homeless man covered in mud, but many people never believed this story. Although there isn't enough evidence to fully confirm alien existence, it's hard to argue with what evidence we do have. For some, it would be harder to find reasons that aliens don't exist, rather than finding reasons that they do. Technological advances are being made all the time, so perhaps it won't be long before we know the final truth. So what do you all think? Could the zoo hypothesis be a real thing? Could UFO sightings really be signs of alien life? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and help us by growing this community, whilst working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.